Well, greetings, programs. Well, I mean, hello, everyone. How you doing? Welcome back to Cinema Chat in my car. My name's Todd. I love movies, and I'm here to chat in my car. So, as you could probably tell from the opening line, I went to go see Tron Ares. Little hesitant about this movie when it first was announced, especially given the plot premise, which I'll go into briefly without giving any spoilers. But I have to admit, I walked out of this movie really liking it. I was highly surprised and highly engaged and very glad that I was able to enjoy this movie more than I thought I would. So I have a long history with Tron. I am not saying anything I haven't said before. I am a child of the 80s. In 1982, my 12-year-old ass was in the movie theater seat watching the original Tron. I cannot say that I understood everything or really knew what was going on, but it was cool and it was new and the special effects were incredible. It's now, 43 something years later? We're in 2025. And the third installment has come out because Tron Legacy came out probably 10, 15 years ago. And it was really good, but it was big and flashy and, so much more than the original movie actually was. But it was a really strong movie. So I was really hesitant because third movies and series don't always live up to the hype. This one kind of did, and I have to say, the plot line is what initially threw me when I first saw previews and stuff, because what this is instead of us going into the computer world, which was extremely heavy in the first two movies, the computer world is now coming to the real world, and we have actual programs from the video game coming into the real world along with the tanks and the flying machines and everything else. So anything that you're used to playing in a video game is now in the real world, which is awesome and it's cool. And they really rely heavily on the whole AI thing that's happening right now. But I was hesitant. I was like, how are they going to make this work? They did. I don't know exactly how, but they did. They made a really smart script. They did really a lot of action, which was extremely what needed to happen because I was a little hesitant that the action wasn't going to happen too much. But overall, very strong movie, and I really recommend it. Couple of down points. Most controversial statement I'm probably going to make. I wasn't a huge fan of the score. 9 Inch Nails did the score, and it's been getting a lot of buzz online and stuff like that. I wasn't a huge fan. There was a lot of times where this music was very brooding and very dark. It almost made me feel like I was watching The Shining. It was that type of theme. But we forget, we come from the up and light and bombastic area from Tron Legacy, where Daft Punk was the composers and everything. So this is a much different score. And I hate to bring this reference in, even though I'm a huge Star Wars fan, but it made me think Tron Legacy is more about the light side. Tron Ares is more about the dark side. So I can understand the brooding music. So I give it some credit, but it was a little offsetting for me. So I wasn't a huge fan of that. The other controversial statement I'm going to make is the lead actor. I've never been a huge fan of Jared Leto, and I felt anybody could have played Ares. At the end of the movie, I wasn't like, wow, this is the pinnacle Jared Leto role. It's like, no, anybody could have played this. His character is awesome, but him as an actor and the way he played it, I thought was very stoic and very program-like, which I understand, but he's almost like Pinocchio. He's like a puppet who wants to become a real boy. I didn't see a lot of that fantasy type thing in his role, but maybe I'm just overreaching and overlooking it. So, but overall, with those two minuses, there's a lot of pluses. Special effects are amazing. I actually saw this in IMAX, and if you can see it in IMAX, I recommend it highly. There is a couple really bright points in it. There's actually a second AI program that comes to the real world, and that is Athena, who is the cohort or the second in command next to Ares, and she is amazing in this movie. She's a really good strong character. I wouldn't even say female character, it's just a really strong character, who is a good offset of Ares, because Ares tends to push more toward the lighter side. Like I said, I don't want to give a lot of spoilers away, but the premise of the movie is Ares comes to the real world with all the fun, technical stuff and everything. But because he's a program from the computer, he can only last for a certain amount of time. And that's the whole premise of the movie, is how do we get these programs to be more permanent in our world? And that's the hunt of the movie. And I don't want to go any further than that because I will ruin some stuff for you. But as Ares grows, as most AI grows, as we know, we've seen all those movies and we see what's happening now. But as Ares grows, he understands that I don't want to be an autonomous soldier who's going to die every day and da-da-da-da. So, come up with all this stuff that we've seen in movies before. So he wants to find a way to be more permanent as well. So that's why he shifts more to the lighter side and tries to find the hopeful side of things, as to where Athena is more the soldier. So they're very antagonistic against each other. And it's my long story here is it leads to an incredible battle toward the end of the movie, which really saves everything, and it really sums everything up very, very well. The strong story, the visual effects, everything else, and just the continuation of a really cool video game story called Tron is what makes this a winner. So thumbs up for me. I was really excited, and I really think everyone's going to enjoy it if you give it some time and give it a second. If you don't know much about Tron, take a look at it. Start with the 1982 classic and then go to the one that just came out, I think in 2015, I believe. And now we have Tron Ares in 2025. So very good sequels to a very strong movie. I am going to date myself, and I am going to make another controversial statement by saying some people who've never seen the original Tron, who see it now, say that it is so dated it's not even watchable. I understand where you're coming from, but give it a chance. Watch the story and try to get past the graphics. Because in 1982, those are the best graphics we had, people. And back then, they were pretty awesome. Okay, so just deal with it. So anyway, Tron Ares, huge thumbs up. So go check it out. I will see you next time in Cinema Chat in my car. And actually, I'll probably see you in a couple days because I'm ready to go see... what am I seeing right now? Today, I am going to see Black Phone 2, which I just watched Black Phone on streaming the other day just to get caught up. This one looks really good, and I got high hopes for it. So that'll be one of my next videos, so keep an eye out. Until then, I am Todd, and I'm sitting in my car chatting about cinema because this is Cinema Chat in my car. We'll see you next time. Bye.